People. Oh my gosh. You know, as always, we make sure we send it. I ain't even get to lotion up. Y'all got me looking crazy out here. We're going to send you your link. Some of y'all should be coming in right now. You should be receiving the link right now as I speak, a matter of fact. So y'all will be good to go. All right. Thank you for joining us. All right. Let me do the last minute send offs to everybody to make sure y'all got y'all stuff set up right and exact. So thank you for joining us for this blood moon. Oh, let me make sure I'm set up properly. Sorry about that, people. These are the ills of going live. Okay, so people, see me looking ashy and whatnot, and get time to set up right. Thank you for joining us. Okay, and we on here. We got it lit. Refresh your page, do whatever you gotta do, and you'll see how it do. We just sending out more of the links. Sit back, relax. We're going to, well, not going to start. We already have started it up. You have your link. They're about to set up the ritual, or however I have it. You know how we do it. Anyway, we're setting that up especially for you. So don't think that, for the people that's now coming in, I'm live right now. Don't think that, come talk to the people real quick. Let them know what they in for. Brother Divine is coming. All right, talk to the people.
How y'all doing, people? Just know we about to start soon.
Go down, come down. There you go.
My bad. We about to start soon. We setting up everything. Make sure if you got your tickets, you know what I'm saying, you just sit tight. We about to shoot out all of the emails now. We appreciate every single person that supported.
People still sending.
We love you.
People still
appreciate
coming
you.
In. So
thank you.
You know how that goes.
Fact.
All right, with the people that's still coming in.
So
and
you gotta,
getting their tickets.
We on that melanin time.
They always do last minute.
Oh yeah, we had
they
a lot
always
of
do
minute.
last minute. You already know how that goes, people. So I gotta still send out more links and
so don't
yada
just
yada.
Just be ready. That's what we say, y'all. Just be ready.
Be ready. Brother Divine, y'all. So you heard it first from his mouth. Just be ready. Which I'm sure y'all already are. So I doubt we even need to go into that. So y'all check the link. Sit tight. They're about to start. Matter of fact, let me walk you around the shop so you can see people still calling. Last minute people that's buying. Ain't get their link yet. Because I'm now sending it over again. So, people, like I said, you just check your emails and you'll see for yourself. Anybody who didn't get an email, we taking care of them right now. So let me walk you around, show you what we got going on. Got me out here looking crazy. Hold on, people. Bear with me. Okay, let's take a walk, shall we? We got a whole anybody that didn't get the link, let them know. Check the them know exactly what you're doing. Hello.
So what we're doing right now is a root chakra meditative energetic cleanse as as we're shifting any stagnation that has manifested here. And we're using the frequencies that are being played. This is a root chakra frequency that we're listening to help us facilitate this movement and this motion. Everybody needs to know that they are healers. You have the power to heal in your hands. So continue to send positive, good energy, really moving any trapped and stagnant energy that's in your colon and your lower intestine, and send it down to the ground. Stomp it out. So I want you to call out to me. What are you releasing? What did you come here for? Tell me what you came to release, and tell me what you came to receive. We're going to start with what we're releasing. Pull it out. I'm releasing lack, for example. Anyone? Anger. Okay, stomp it out. Insecurity. Okay.
Stress.
All right. Feel that? What else?
Anxiety.
Yes. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out.
Yeah.
Keep going. While you guys are doing that.
Procrastination.
Yes. Yes. I'm going to get my singing bowl. Now I'm going to
Oh, so make sure to hold it so it goes. Oh, she's coming back up. Take it all out. That's right. Back.
get it out. Get it out.
They shaking it all out, people. She coming back. She's getting her singing bowl.
All right. I'd like for everybody to close their eyes,
Come closer to here so the people could see.
bring their hands
Thank you.
to their heart. For men, it's right over left. For women, it's left over right. I just want you to inhale and take this time to be with yourself. Feel your heartbeat. Is your heart racing? How are you feeling? Are you feeling excitable? Are you feeling nervous? What are you feeling? Now is the time to center your breath. Inhaling deep and exhaling out of your mouth that anxiety. Who said that? Exhale. Ah, let that go. Who said the stress? Inhale. Let it out. Oh, let go the
That's what
stress.
I'm trying to do now.
Who said the tension, the frustration? Inhale, let that out. Oh, and as you're doing that, I'm going to come around with a singing bowl. Just continue to listen to the sounds of the tones. And as I come close to you with the singing bowl, envision yourself being wrapped in a nurturing and protective sound blanket. This sound blanket is here to attract to you exactly what you need, to hear, so that when you go to the altar, you know exactly what you need and what you're asking for light yet? Are we feeling love? Are we feeling joy? What else are we feeling? Pull it out. Peace. Peace is a good one. Peace is a good one. What else? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes is a good word. Yes is an affirmative word. So, while I have everyone standing, if we could all rotate to the back there, direct your energy to that green candle, and to my live stream folks. Huh? Just, I'm about to come over there. I have the assistance of my brother here, Ronnie James, Ronnie. And ask him to assist me today with hard reading. And we picked 6 cards for everyone to reflect. So isn't it funny that we started our digestive system and, working out the stagnation, working out the heavy energy, working out the gap. You have that ability now when you're going through your eliminations on your porcelain throne at home to incorporate that routine into your practice. Because a lot of the times we're not having proper elimination, so it's causing like flaws up here. And if you can imagine that if you're not eliminating the waste from your body, it impairs your clarity. So on top of that, you need to make sure you're drinking more water and not eating too late at night, because it all contributes to a heavy, dense stomach area. So this is an affirmation, and feel free to repeat after me or just receive. There's no pressure here. My appetite is balanced and healthy. Just receive. And my digestive system is functioning normally. I am at ease with my physical body, and I'm comfortable in my surroundings. The people and situations in my life nourish me. So receive that. Receive that when you feel foggy. Just reflect back to this time, this space you've given to yourself. You are surrounded by people who are here to nourish you. Any questions you have, we're in a space. Big ups to Mo right now. Nicholas Brooklyn, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. And feel free to just, when this is done, take a look at whatever supplements, whatever vitamins, whatever altered supplies you're going to be drawn to, because that's how this thing works. So next is, go ahead. Oh yeah.
Sorry, could you speak up a little bit?
No problem. I was
This
saying
is
the
the
gut
brother who
feeling
helped pick the cards.
is a real thing. So if it's in your gut that it's right or it's wrong, then hands down, listen to it. And I was saying when I go choose a new crystal for whatever reason, I just go over it and you feel it right in your belly. So like she said, water, make sure it's quality. All water is not the same. So make sure it's alkaline. So while we're trying to tap water.
And really quick, how are the live streamers? Can they hear? Can somebody check in with them to make sure they're good? Because we want to make sure that they're receiving this information. So the next card that was drawn was the Angel of Contrast. Now, we live in a very dualistic realm, no? There's a lot happening outside of those doors.
You gotta talk up a little bit.
There's a lot happening outside of those doors. There's a lot happening in the media. Yet, the energy that moves all of you and all of you has us here. So it's important to see the contrast, but know where you fall in retrospect. So just an affirmation when you feel doubtful, am I making the right decision? Should I go to this? Should I spend this money? Should I trust my gut instinct? I courageously, because it takes courage to come out in 1-degree weather. It is cold out there. No, all right. I courageously see through the darkness of adversity to make positive changes that light up my life. I know there is light at the end of the tunnel. I see myself, situations, and others clearly and participate in the transformation of negative to positive. So I commend you all for your work. You are light workers. You are doing the work. You answered the call, and I'm grateful to you. The next card that came up, Angel of Action. Again, piggyback off this one. It took action to be here today. You have to say to yourself, I'm going to that. I don't care. Even when you woke up this morning and the wind woke you up. Like, you sure? You sure you're going? It's cold out. Are you sure? And you were like, yeah, I'm sure. Because why? You are grounded and focused on the task at hand. You creatively complete projects so that you can enjoy and share in the end result. So I wore 2 coats here, because I was like, one is not enough. Exercising your creativity, whatever you need to get you through, keep doing that, because it shows. It shows, and that's your armor and that's your strength. If you don't have anything else, a little bit of courage will get you a long way. And you are motivated to accomplish all that needs to be done. So I want to welcome the people who just joined us. Hi, is that Lloyd Strayhorn?
Yes.
The numbers guy himself.
Hi.
Give thanks to,
How y'all doing?
to this gentleman right here. Thank you for joining us. And what we're doing is just going over a spread that is going to kind of set the tone for this event and open the space. And if you're just joining us, we massaged our sacral and our root chakra area for stagnation and bloating, physical touch, to kind of stimulate us. What we're listening to is root chakra frequency. So we're doing the releasing and what we're calling in, and we're healing together. And it took a lot for us to be here, so we're honoring what's happening here in this space.
Exactly.
So, the angel of change. I embrace the changes occurring in my life. I recognize that all changes bring better life situations. I am grateful that the energy flowing through me is in balance. I have a strong physical structure and all parts of my body feel good. So that was why it's important for us to stretch in the beginning when we open this space and just acknowledge all parts of our body that we tend to ignore. A lot of the times we're sitting too much, we're stiff, we're tight, and we can't physically embrace change because we're just too busy holding on. So a good way to know that you're storing tension in your body, do you keep your shoulders up here kissing your ears? If you do, relax. Like this sister doing. Intuitively loosen up your neck. Go ahead, go for it. Just loosen up those neck muscles. Roll your shoulders back. Open up that heart center. You want to keep your body flexible and in motion because you want to get fluid so that when change comes, you're not hiding behind your door wondering who that is on the other side. And we're down to, guess what this last part is? The second slide. It's flexibility. Of course it would be. I am flexible and adaptable. I objectively observe circumstances and seize new opportunities as situations naturally shift and change. I bend and flex with the flow of life around me. There is no resistance, only willingness. So part of what we needed today was the willingness, the ability to show up here, and I commend you all if you did that. And our last card is telepathy. When I speak, people listen and understand what I'm expressing. I communicate to the heart of I easily visualize my opinion. I want you to curating this event space. And with that, I give the floor back to you.
Now you can still talk about anything else you want to talk about before we get ready. We got about 5
It's
minutes.
cold outside,
Mhm.
and I just am thankful that these people came and that we are doing this, and we didn't let the cold scare us. And that moon is beautiful. Have you seen it? Have y'all
Absolutely.
taken a look at that today? Yes. So it's a really beautiful experience. I'm really excited to see what y'all have in store for us.
Okay. Good. Alrighty, y'all. So y'all could be seated. We will be starting shortly. Good job, Zap. Good job.
How are you, my sister? It is
How you doing,
cold.
brother? How you doing? We got Brother Lawrence Joe. We got the live shit for the live people. Tell them how you doing, man.
How you doing, everybody? Listen, it's a very special day. I wish all of you were here. Those that came out in this cold, that means you were serious. That speaks for itself.
Yeah.
We are not a cold people.
No. All right.
Oh, I'm about to say.
All right, Joel. So we're gonna set this up.
All you gotta do is just pick that up and show them, man.
You do.
Man, I can't even get to cream my ashy self. These ads are going live, people. Brother Divine messing up the live cam for y'all. Okay. You good to your stuff? Hold on, people. Okay, I'm fixing the camera for y'all. Just let them know about the numbers.
All right, good. All right.
Come closer to here so the live stream people just come like in front of here.
All right.
Come this way.
This way?
Come closer. There you go. Right there.
All right, good. So I'll be coming around you.
Talk to the people.
All right. My name is Lloyd Strayhorn. I am an astronumerologist, which means I blend both the sciences of astrology and numerology together. Even haters who will say I don't like astrology or believe in it, when I ask what's their sign, they can always tell me. So go figure, okay? What happens is 90% or more of the people know their signs. But what they don't know is that they're a sign and a number. That's why all Pisces aren't the same. All Sagittarians aren't the same. A sister will say, a sister told me one time, well, you know, I dated this Scorpio and I'll never ever date a Scorpio again. Well, there are various signs. I mean, it all depends on the numbers. So, as you know, around about 10 o'clock last night, through the first 3 hours up until about 12 in the morning, the Earth was going through a transition, which is this lunar eclipse. And that's when the sun, the moon, and the sun was all aligned, and the way it was bouncing off the reflection of the light from the Earth, we looked at the moon, giving it its red appearance. Then they called it a supermoon because where the sun, where the Earth doesn't, I mean the moon doesn't actually go circular, it goes elliptical or oval. You see what I'm saying? So by going oval, right now it's like, now it's oval where it's like really this close to the Earth, so it appears bigger. So that's what that's about. That's where that super moon. And if you're watching these spooky movies, werewolf movies, they know the wolf always be howling at the full moon, so they threw the wolf in there too. Okay, but all of you, for this year, numerically speaking, of 2019 is the year of the 3. What I did was I took 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9, that equals 3. So it's a universal year, which means all of us, but to a greater or lesser degrees. Any Pisces or Sagittarians in here? Okay, well, they will go to the top. They will be one of the top dogs. Is anybody here born on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, or the 30th of the month? Any 3s? Well, those would be the more favored signs. Well, that's all right. I'm going to get to everybody's birthday because I'm kind of nosy like that. Don't you worry. But you'll see that, so that's what is called a universal year. So this is be a year of prosperity, a year of self-improvement, a year where people should not overextend themselves by, because 3 rules pleasures and indulgences, so everybody should keep whatever their pleasures or indulgences are. Mine, I like Haagen-Dazs ice cream, you know, butter pecan, that's my preference. But everybody got their own, you know? But whatever it is, it's about keeping everything in perspective. Then you have what is called your personal year. Your year that affects, okay, later for everybody, what about me? So how that's determined is you take the month and day you were born and you add it to the year. Would anybody like to volunteer first? Because I'm going to call everybody. I don't care who volunteers. Okay. Okay. She said she's May the 9th. So what I mentally did in my head is I says 5 plus 9. And I know that 2019, those numbers add up to a 3. So I says 5 plus 9 plus 3 equals 8. You're in a pregnancy cycle this year, girl.
A pregnancy cycle?
Yes, she happens to be in an 8 personal year. Here's what I mean. 8 denotes money, power, authority, achievement, recognition, births, marriages, pregnancies, separations, divorce, moving into a home, moving out of a home. So I always say that to ladies about pregnancy because y'all can't spell that word when I say it. Like guys can't spell the word commitment. How many M's, how many T's in the word commitment, right? So, you know, we all got a little private jokes. But the point is this. Yes, if you want it, if you are in a desire to become a mother, the opportunity will present itself. If you don't want to become a mother, you know what to do because of being aware. However, it could be your sister, they said, girl, you're going to be a aunt. Your girlfriend, they said, girl, you're going to be a godmother. See, so it could be a lot of ways, and I notice if it's not you directly, it's somebody around you. A friend that's either going to get engaged, get married, pregnant, so-and-so, so-and-so. Or symbolically, you can give birth to a business, a birth to an enterprise, a birth to a project or plan that's going to take off next time. Anyway, so she's not just a Taurus, she's a Taurus 9 person because she's born on the 9th day. What's your birthday, month and day? Okay, June 29th. He's a Cancer, but he's a Cancer 2 person because you're born on the 29th. 2 plus 9 is 11 and 1 plus 1 is 2. So that means for you this year, you are in a year of transition. You are a year of enlightenment. You are in a year where your conscience is being raised, whereby, and I wouldn't be surprised if you haven't gotten into areas connected with foods like diet, vegetarian, vegan, restaurateur, whatever the case is. You do well in electronics, the mechanical, mathematical sciences, computers, technologies. You do well as a healer. Women are your blessing and your curse. Do no fault of your own. Okay. I mean, in other words, there's some women that love you for who you are, and if they can't have you, you know what I'm saying. Women, y'all do interesting things. We do interesting things too, so I can't talk. So anyway, I said you need to watch your stomach. And so you're a Cancer. What month and day are you born? 4/14. So you are in Aries, but now you are Aries 5 person because when you said you're born on the 14th day of the month, I said, 1 plus 4 equals 5. For example, with numerology, what got me hooked on this, I said, man, this thing is easy. You only go from 1 to 9. I got 10 fingers. I got this, you know. And then it's simple. There's no multiplication. There's no subtraction. It's just you add. So this building number here is 1396, right? So 1 plus 3 plus 9 plus 6 equals 19. I'm still looking at 2 numbers. The key to numerology is you must keep reducing. So 1 plus 9 is 10. I still got double numbers, so 1 plus 0 is 1. So this is a 1 building. That's what this is. All of wherever you'll go home tonight, you'll all got a building where you live. I'll get into that too. That's going to be fun. All right, so you are a fire sign with an air number, which means you were old when you were young, and you're going to get young as you get. You're going to get young as you're going to get older. There's so many relationships too, which is none of my business. You don't take orders well, and the best way to hold on to is to let you go. And this year is a year for you, in fact, that says you have to be careful of getting caught up in people's schemes, scams, scandals. You know when it says it looks it's too good to be true. If you come in those situations, you need to go the opposite way for you this year. And what month and day are you born, young lady? Okay, you are an Aquarius, but what you may not know is you're an Aquarius 9 person, was mentally in my head, she said the 27th, and I said, 2 plus 7 is 9. So in fact, your key numbers are the 9, the 4, and the 1. You happen to be just the reverse of the brother sitting in front of you. He's a fire sign with an air number, you're an air sign with a fire number. But that means both of y'all would be passionate, both of y'all would be, really drawn when y'all do something. So a person could sit and talk to you, but if we're not going to do nothing, what does it mean? And it means you actually get along better with the males than the females. So like moms maybe said, the only thing a woman can do for her is bring her man, that's you. Okay? What month and day are you born? 7/16. July 6th, okay. So you are a water sign with an earth number. These two elements are very healing in nature. Cancer is the mothering sign of the zodiac. Like that woman a couple years ago, they had all them babies. She already had about 8 babies at home. Then she went home and had more babies. Well, she was a Cancer, so it didn't surprise me. That is a nature. And then you're 6, that's a healer. They're your nurses, counselors, social workers, therapists, life coaches, counselors, whatever the case is, teachers, anything where they can be of service to humanity, that's where they do best. They're also stubborn too. But that's if they get on the bad side. So me, I stay on the good side. So your numbers are the 6, 2, and 7, which means you should always follow your hunches in your field. And this particular year, since you are July the 6th, this is your year of spirituality, your year of self-discovery. So you probably open up the year in prayer or at home or in meditation or reflection rather than hanging out, bells, whistles, balloons, and all that stuff. Okay?
Yeah.
What month and day are you born?
April 13th.
Okay. Okay. You are an Aries 4 person. So you are a fire sign with an air number. Okay? That means you like to be different. Always have been different. Ever since you were born. People think you're weird, strange. But we know that ain't true. Those are haters, right, Bo?
Yeah.
No, 4s are very unique. They are. There are 2 sides to a 4. 4 represents structure, like these tables, whatever we sit on, right? There's a conservative side to a 4 where they gotta follow all the rules. So if something comes up, it ain't written down in the rule book, you can't do it. You tend to be different. There is, wherever you work at, there's people that do better than their rules, except you got enough sense not to tell them to. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how that works. And because of you like to be different, very sensitive, high-strung, easily wounded in your field. I'm gonna get to you too. Very unique, very sensitive. Always attracted, not only much older relationships, which is none of my business, but weird too. I'm sure your mother said, "Girl, where you find him at?" Or your girlfriend said, "Girl, what's that about?" You know, it's none of my business. Anyway. Mother and Day? Get out of here. A lot of fire up in this joint, boy. That's, wow, all this fire up in here. That's good. I'm glad I'm here. That cooled y'all out, you know what I mean? But here's what that tells me. You were old when you were young, and as you get older, you get younger, and so do relationships that come into your life too. You walked before you were 5 years old, very smart, very engaging, multifaceted, multidimensional, multi-talented. Don't like repeating yourself too many times. This particular year, you got to make sure you don't overdo and stay more within budgets and stuff. Although the year is things, you're going to be taking chances. On one hand, this is a good year to really enhance your reputation, brand yourself, as they call it nowadays, a blog or a column, whatever they call these things. But at the same time, it means anybody who, as I told this one, because y'all got a similar cycle, whereby if people are saying, well, and it looks like it's too good to be true, you should let them have it. You know what I'm saying? But both y'all ain't got no patience. That's not one of your strongest. But everybody got a trait that they have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What month and day are you born? Okay, you are air sign with a fire number. Notice they're either air sign fire numbers or fire sign air numbers. You're one of the odd ones out. You're one of the odd ones out. Not the first dollar. You're one of the odd ones out too. But it's okay. But everybody else up in here is all fire and air all up in here. I think that's interesting. Children love you. Babies love you. Animals love you. You've always wanted to be a something ever since you were a little girl. You always want to make something of yourself. Strongly influenced by a female figure, whether it was a mother, grandmother, auntie, sister, whoever. Okay? This is your year, since this is the year of the 3, and you were born on the 3rd. So because I said this year favors Pisces, Sagittarius. So if anybody's born on the 3rd, that's you. The 12th, the 21st, or the 30th of the month. Okay, this is your year. But this is your year to make some power moves, and like her, you too happen to be in a pregnancy cycle this year. And it means that somebody around you could give birth, or you could give birth yourself or conceive. It also means that symbolically you might, like her, give birth to an idea or a plan or an enterprise. Interesting, both cycles that y'all are in, it normally reconnects with somebody from your past. somebody you haven't heard from. And I'm not talking about through social media like Twitter, Instagram, and all that stuff. I'm talking about a wedding, funeral, a christening, a baby shower, something that normally brings in our communities, in our black families, people back together like, girl, I ain't seen you in a minute, you know, that kind of thing. Very ambitious though. People should not go to sleep on you. And you're a natural flirt too, which is none of my business either. My brother, what's your birthday? What month?
June 9th.
June 9th? Brother, you think you do greatest things is ice cream. He is an air sign with a fire number, which I think is interesting. And that's very, 9 people, because they are very comfortable in their skin, and they are very confident and courageous, people misinterpret you as being cocky or arrogant. Thus the open enemies, my friend. Outright attacks against you. You know what I'm saying? You thought you might have gotten married or lived with somebody at an early age, to be honest with you. Always determined. You like to be the master of your fate, the captain of your ship, determine your own destiny, thank you. The older you get, the better you become, especially between your 33rd and 36th birthday if you're not there yet. And it also indicates you don't take orders well, so eventually you need to go into business space. All right? This is your year where you put the kibosh on people. You've been squashing people since September, October. Okay. She's different. She's very, very different. Sensitive too. Like to dance, like to collect things. Sensitive stomach, finicky about our eating habits, dietary rules. But very unique when it comes to the mechanical, mathematical sciences, computers, technologies, communications, and stuff like that. She's no science. She's no science. I can be different though, so you can't do the same with the same. This is none of my business too. Now, anybody got a question? Oh, I gotta read Monique, and I gotta read my brother in the back too.
I was looking at them, they're like looking at you like, I don't even know. Like all over
Yeah, I made all this up, really. Now, Monique is a Sagittarius 9 person, so she's fire and fire. Here's how I teach students how to begin. What you do, if nothing else, know the nature of an element. When you know the nature of an element, you can describe anybody in front of you, and you don't need to know their sign, and you don't know they need the number. But because each element rules a sign, and each element rules a number, then it helps you define who you're talking to. Now, Monique's case, she is a fire sign with a fire number. Fire metaphysically represents people who are passionate, who are driven, who are proactive. Thus, you are not. So, people might talk some smack. Your thing is like, yo, what we gonna do about this piece of it? That's how you roll, all right? So, that's fire. That's what they do. So when they say they get fired up, if you know there's a car in the morning, it's kind of cool in the morning, but you run that probably about 15 minutes to try to sit on the hood, it's, you know, hot. So that's fire. Then there's the water element. Water represents people who have feelings, hunches, intuitions about things. They can't explain it like somebody told me or I read it somewhere. It's just, that's why you're a water sign. So I know your intuitions are strong. So you know how women say, yo, boo, you don't know what you're talking about, girl. You just being silly. And that feeling don't go nowhere. I would say because of your elements, you should always go with your feelings because that's how it works. And I'm gonna get to you just a moment too. And so that's water, feeling. Then earth. Earth people are very pragmatic. They call it down to earth. They're very grounded. They keep it real. You are a Taurus. She could be partying like everybody else, but at the end of the day, she gonna keep it real. Okay? Come on down here, honey. The party's over, baby. Let's handle our business. That's how they are. Then you have the air signs like myself and a couple others. That means we use our heads to reason things, to figure things out. We're always in our heads. Okay? That's why it's hard for us to go to sleep. So therefore, when I said that in your case, you are a water sign with an earth number, because you said July 6th, right?
Yes.
Because each number rules an element too, so that means you're comfortable with yourself. He is an air and fire, so these are elements that are very comfortable with themselves. These are elements that are work well together, and then there's some air elements that'll be square, like water and fire normally don't mix, you know, because anytime you want to extinguish it, you get that kind of combination. So this is how you be able to describe a person very simply by knowing the nature of their elements govern their signs. Okay, now, February 5th. He is an air sign with an air number, so he's always in his head. He's always thinking, always reasoning, always questioning. Fives are constantly curious. So I always tell 5 people, I think you're a 5 and you're a 5, right? Let's say you got an appointment, right? 5s are very curious. You going past you going to an appointment, you go past the store and you say like, wow man, that look interesting, let me put it in there a second. So I always tell 5 people they should always allow some wiggle room. I'll be there between 5 and 5:15. Don't lock yourself into no definite, etched in stone time. You guys need flexibility, but something just might catch your eye. So when you come out the interview or whatever you're doing, I got to run in there and get into more details. But those things are happening. Now you just came. What month and day are you born?
October 7th.
Okay, so you are an air sign with a water number. So his energies are different. Air sign means he's in his head, but then he's a water number, which means he's in his feelings also. Because water signs are deep. They are very analytical. They like to be to themselves. That's very interesting because born on that day is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the founder of the Nation of Islam, also Bishop Desmond Tutu. Okay? Yeah, they were all born on October 7th. And so the brother that was out in Queens, I'll think of his name in a minute, the politician, the black politician that they don't like up in here because they tell him what time it is. But he's October 7th.
Real quick, Lloyd.
Yes.
I'm seeing some dates. I take it you was giving out the dates or whatever.
Yes.
218.
218, they would be an air sign with a fire number. So that means not only are they reasoning, but then the fire number backs up their reasoning. So they'll think out a thought, think of an idea, but then they're not afraid to follow through with it. That's you. That's him, by the way.
This is the live stream people that I'm
Yes,
giving.
your element, you're like Cancer, June 22nd, so you are water and air. So you're intuitive and reasoning. Driving crazy.
526.
526, that person would be an air sign with a water number. That means very analytical, very intuitive, and yet, in fact, that person would be excellent getting into some kind of writing of some kind. Spiritual, metaphysical, whatever. They would do well in business, science, or commerce too.
Did I say 131?
No, you didn't say that yet.
131.
Jackie Robinson's birthday, Timberlake's birthday, all that other stuff. Anyway, that means you're different. You're an air sign with an air number, which means you like to be different. And this is the kind of person that likes to think outside the box. And by the way, folks, this is the age of Aquarius. Now, these ages that they call don't last like a minute. Each age lasts about 2,500 years. So all Aquarians got more than enough time to get their dibs in. But here's the thing that's very important too. This is also the age of women, and please, ladies, don't forget your power. In your mother and grandmother's days, the notion was a woman's place is in the home. Later for that nowadays, okay? A woman used to wait around for a man to hope that he will ask, you want to get married. Women are now qualifying, so they stop wasting their time with some of these brothers up in here, okay? So things are done a lot different. And in fact, just recently, I think this past Sunday, I'm not in the sports, but I understand, or Sunday before last, for the first time ever, they had a woman referee on the field. So women are doing things, it was like 5-10 years ago, it was a given that that's what it got. Women don't do that. 12-1, okay. In fact, the first woman ever to drive in the New York City subway, this sister that I know, and she said that when she would come into the station, people wouldn't get on the train, okay? When they found out it was a woman driving the thing. So, but I'll say this for you ladies in your defense, and you guys maybe y'all can give me a retraction on it too. If you ladies are such bad drivers, why is your insurance lower than ours? Okay? See, when we guys get in the car and it says 110 miles an hour, I want to see if the vehicle can do 110 miles just what it's on the speedometer. But that's how we guys think. We think totally different. And that's why I have to explain to women, we are wired different. And I think women expect us to do not do that, ladies. Please, we are not wired like you. And you're not wired like us. So we need to also understand how you work too. You said somebody's 12-1? That's a fire sign, a fire number. And that means this is a very spiritual, transformational year for them, where they go within themselves and look at things. They don't take orders well, and they need to watch their eyes. If it's a male, the right eye. If it's a lady, the left eye.
Okay,
716, water sign with a water number, very intuitive, and this is their particular year where they're growing up, coming of age, being very philosophical, and really putting into place what the role people have been playing in their life of late.
What about 114?
114, Oh, that's this person is at about an ending phase or termination phase. They need to let go. They need to step back, and yet at the same time, they need to go forward in some things too.
Hold
Yeah.
on, let me wait. Let me get
September 28th.
Damn, we
September
got the live
28th.
stream people.
It is for somebody.
That's
Okay.
air and fire. Air and fire
Sorry.
represents people who are not only reasoning, but then they're motivated to carry out their reasoning. You can get some people that reason and then they stay at home and chill. They don't do nothing with it. But anytime you got fire in any area of your sign or your number, normally those are your go-getters. Those are the ones that don't like sitting around doing nothing. They like to make something happen.
We got June 30th over here.
June 30th, that's a water sign with a fire number. That's almost like a contradiction. But that means that person is sensitive but passionate in their sensitivity, determined and proactive in their sensitivity about home and family. And in fact, Alina Horn was born on that day. This guy that won all those gold medals for swimming, he was born on that day. Mike Tyson was born on that day, a couple other people. Yes, September 28th?
Yeah, you already did that, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, September 28th.
Okay, air sign with a fire number, which means they should be a lawyer, doctor, or scientist. They don't take orders well, so they're either a manager, supervisor, director. And this particular year, they're going to have to tighten up, get themselves more structured and organized, and have a game plan.
We got 11/22.
11/22. This is a year where they need to wrap things up, and in fact, this is the year that offers them an opportunity to travel to faraway, distant places, whether Africa, Egypt, India, Europe, wherever the place is. And they need to avoid accidents too. And
June.
Yeah, June 1st.
June 1st. Air sign with a fire number. Notice a lot of air fire tonight. You know what I'm saying? You can, especially when you start breaking it down by elements, you can see that.
Hold on, before you continue, live stream people, he will give out his number. So if you need readings from him and people here, he will give out the numbers. He just doing it general right now because the numbers what he gives out is general for most people, and he's spot on. So he's gonna give out his information. Make sure y'all take that information, get the readings tonight, or that the live stream people call him later because the man is overbooked. He was on Oprah, so he's giving y'all this information. Have y'all pens and papers ready? Go ahead.
I'm going to make you my agent. Thank you, man. I need a good agent. I forgot all about giving out my name and all that.
No,
stuff.
you know what? Do that right now before you get into
Okay.
that person, please.
I do have a website where y'all can all see what your 2019 predictions are for each of your zodiac signs. And it is simple. It's after my name, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. I'll spell it. Lloyd-Strayhorn. STRAYHORN. You can just hook me up on your cell phone. Type it right in, put it right in. So it's Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. My cell number is 1-800-581-4401. That's 1-800-581-4401. 1-800. I'm gonna make you my agent too. Thank you. 1-800-581-4401.
4401.
Mm-hmm. And let me say this too. You know, when you study biology and you understand that it takes millions and millions and millions of sperm to go after one egg, that's how serious you sisters are. Y'all don't get it. It gotta take 1 million of us to go after one of you. And the fact is that all of us, every single one of us, see, and that's why I get along with people until you act out of sorts. Then all bets are off. You do that too. You try to be nice too, but there's some people ain't gonna let you be nice. But however, if you understand the process, the biological process of all the sperms going after one egg, and you were all the results of that, all of y'all are very special. But they got us looking over here in Kim Kardashian, and I think Kanye just bought her a $14 million something for her birthday.
Something expensive.
Like that. Yeah, something that we ain't got. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is, there used to be this saying called acres of diamonds. And what happens is, it was a farmer like, and he was doing very well, but they were all looking at his backyard, but not knowing that in their own backyard, in their own ground, they had just as much to offer. So I'm saying here, I don't care what y'all go through, how y'all feel about yourselves tonight. If you knew what I knew, all of y'all are divinely special, more than y'all can ever imagine. But bring to this world your own special talents, gifts, skills, abilities that makes y'all unique in who you are. That's why y'all don't look the same. I look at her, I ain't see nobody that look like anybody up in here. No twins. You know what I'm saying? So that in and of itself says your uniqueness. But we got to think of ourselves in that uniqueness. But they got us so busy looking over here, looking at somebody else's backyard. We need to look in our own backyard and say, okay, girl, what do I have? My brother, what do I have to bring to this world? You know what I'm saying? And I meet so many brilliant people. They don't think you're brilliant, but y'all are brilliant. And we need to think that way. Plus, we're the original man. When you understand that, you know. For example, here's what I mean. Do you, Pythagoras, they call the father of numerology. Are you aware of that? He is considered the father of numerology. But if you look at his background and his education, he went into Egypt to study for 22 years. Now, my brother, how you going to come back the father so when you came to my people to study? How you going to do that? But that's their arrogance. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying do not let nobody tell you anything. We all have a divine right to be here. If y'all lose sight of that, y'all will all be in trouble. People will talk to you any kind of way you want to. And when you give off that vibe you like that, that's when you set yourself up. But let me tell you, I don't care. Like I met Shaquille O'Neal. That guy's like, he's way up there. But when I met him, because of my mindset, we were almost on equal level. I cannot explain it to you. I just can't. It's just the way I was raised, the way I see things. We're all equal on this planet. We just come in different shapes and sizes. I love the women though, y'all were gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? God knew exactly what he was doing with your picture. Okay? So, but the point is we all got something special, and you must not lose sight of that. The point is, what is your specialty? So some of us go through some shit. The little French folks, I don't know how you say it in French, but you know, we all go through a little something. You know, who don't go through something? Brother, and let me tell you, if we are black, all of us are dysfunctional. 400 years of enslaving of our people. Don't think we're not dysfunctional. That's why we do the things we do to each other. That's why we come up with this, let me, give me, can you spare, is it free? Ain't nothing free up in this joint, man, with some static, okay? And so what I'm saying is that we need to treat each other, but all that's part of the program. I meet a lot of clients, the women say, well, I meet this guy, Mr. Strayhorn, and all they want to do is have sex. Yes, we do, because that's part of the training. Don't forget, in the early slavery, a slave owner would get two people, a male and a woman, and that's why our grandparents and their great-grandparents had 14, 16, 20 kids, because we were designed to multiply, to work on their fields, and make all this money for these people. Okay, so understand that. Anyway,
Look,
I rest my mind.
Real quick, 9/11.
9/11.
Yeah, I just want to get the live stream peoples out.
Oh,
9/11.
This is their year to turn their life around for the better. They're going to do extremely well.
This is
year.
9/11.
Yes, the person born September the 11th. Exactly right. Their earth sign with a water number. Very visionary, very ahead of the curve. May 1st. Don't take orders well. That I can tell you. All right, and they know what they want.
5:15.
5:15. That's interesting. There are 6.
That's my son.
I know. You're a 6 and he's a 6. He's a different type of 6.
Very different.
So he either looks like mommy, act like mommy, from either complexion, height, mannerism, disposition. He go to family reunion, they say, girl, I mean, boy, how's your mama? They may not say about your daddy, but they say how your mama because of the favoritism. But if he's May 15th, that means he can be very stubborn, but he has athletic gifts if he uses them. Anything connected with a ball on the end, baseball, volleyball, racquetball, tennis ball, soccer ball, he does that. Can you pass some of the cards around? Thanks, man. You know, he will do that.
10/10.
10-10? Who said 10-10?
Me. 10/10.
10-10. Strong will. Very determined, but yet they are going through a life-changing opportunity this year. And they should do very, very well in the end with that.
4/9.
Oh, yes. Thanks, sir. Huh?
4/9.
4-9. Oh, going the same as my idol, Paul Robeson. Okay? A giant fire sign with a fire number. So whoever this person is, whether male or female, should be proactive and about determining their own affairs rather than other people determining it for them. Because 9 people like to be the masters of their fate, the captain of their ship. That's how they roll.
January 7th.
And I won't be there. What's your birthday?
17.
July 6th?
Just like me.
July 6th. I was going to say, that birthday sounds real familiar to me. Now, she has a son. Do you have a son?
No.
Okay. Do you have a child at all? Okay. Because the son's the 6th. By any chance, is your mom born on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th? 25th, okay. But anyway, July 6th, your key numbers are the 6, 2, and 7. And since you're a water sign with an earth number like this lady who is the same birthday as you, do you know who's born on your day, July 6th? The Dalai Lama.
Dalai Lama, but
80 Cent.
but
Okay.
Della Reese.
Huh? Della Reese, that's right. That's right. Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, I mean, it's like a who's up on that joint, boy. I said, okay, okay. And then 6 is a money number. How you make it, you don't know. Just know you're going to make some money. How might be the question. But if you do that, especially property, 6 is a property number. 110, a very strong-willed person that need to watch their eyes. A strong-willed person is about to make some changes. Yes, last year they went through some changes, especially in November 2 months ago. Does any of that make sense?
That's for my daughters.
Oh, your daughters? How many daughters you got?
I got 3.
Okay, good, good. I'll be in their birthdays too. Okay, yes. And by the way, this daughter, her numbers are the 1, 4, and 9. So I see where she got your 9. Okay. See, what happens
She's
is
9 years old.
okay, good. Because see, whether you all know it or not, just like they got the DNA, when I do people's numbers, I can see their numerical DNA. So for example, you're born on the 6th, you happen to have a son who's born on the 15th. What a coincidence, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, but you'll see your numbers pop up somewhere in the relationship you have, or where you live, or whatever the case is. And you said you were born 5/9, right? So your numbers are the 5, 6, and 3. What is your building number? I don't need to know the address, the borough. 156. 156 adds to 12, and 1 plus 2 is 3. And I said your numbers are the 9, 6, and 3. See what I'm saying? So that tells me a lot of activities in that building too. Kids, animals, noise, all that kind of stuff. 1185. Yes, it adds to 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. He knows money, gives him papers from others. And it's an institutional building, like either a hospital or nursing home or some kind of service center. Is it kind of center that's doing anything like that?
No.
Is it bank? Okay, okay, banks and real estate up here, 6 too. Okay, stuff like that. Anyway, this stuff is fascinating. And then I'm nosy too. This is great for me. You know, see, people don't know. That's why it's a lot of questions. I'm nosy. But, you know, people say I should use another word, but I'm nosy. But this is how I learn. And this is how I learned that everybody, every single one of you I'm talking to is very special. Y'all ain't no more important than me. Okay?
Lloyd, did you do February 1st?
No, I didn't. That's Simon's birthday.
February 1st, please.
Okay, air sign with a fire number, which means logical and proactive or action-oriented in their results of how they do things. Yeah, so, and what month and day are you on? I know you freezing, okay? So she's an earth sign with an earth number. So that means you are very pragmatic, very grounded, like to keep it real. And 6 got what is called the 6th sense, you ladies. Y'all can read people like a book. Lloyd, don't give that man your money. You think I'm gonna listen to you? Heck no. You don't know what you're talking about. And then we can't stand you when you say, you see, honey, I told you so. And you don't mean it to rub it in. It's just that y'all have a way of reminding us that we had this conversation. That's all it is. And I jokingly say 6s and be so stingy y'all can squeeze the brown off the penny when y'all want to save some money. See, you know what I'm talking about, right? But when y'all want some, y'all gonna get it. Y'all gonna figure out how you're gonna get it. Yes.
99.
99. Okay. Otis Redding's birthday. Anyway,
You be remembering
their
that
earth sign with
birthday.
a fire number, and that means they're very determined. And this is their year. They have to be careful of overextending themselves, not get caught up in a quick scheme thing like, you know, we'll make money in 24 hours. Don't get caught up in that. Earn your money. You're earth sign. That means you got to be practical too. So they are pragmatic yet proactive. Okay.
11-2.
11-2.
Yeah.
That's they are air sign with an air number, which means they're always into their head. But this year is the year they go into a spiritual cycle. They're beginning to take a look at themselves and things like that. This year you're getting yourself together too. You're in a 4th. No, you're in a 9 cycle. You're September 6th, right?
No,
Same day, September, but the 6th. I'm sorry.
429.
429, a very sensitive person. Same day as Duke Ellington. You know, what's interesting, Billy Strayhorn, was his co-writer, was born on the 29th also. Both were born on the 29th. So that's a water sign with an earth number, which means they're very pragmatic.
725.
725, that's fire sign with a water number, which means they could be contradictory or bipolar from time to time, but they're not bipolar. They just have a style that when they need to be proactive or passionate or activated about something, they can do it. But yet at the same time, in the back of their minds, they're always trying to figure out and analyze things. You know somebody like that?
No, I'm listening to her.
Oh, 1123, please.
This person always knows somebody who knows somebody who knows something. That's how they may have met their mate, got their apartment, got their job, found their salary, whatever the case is. They do not look their age, and they're a bundle of nerves to the negative. They got to be very careful. But this is a very important year for them because they are a Sagittarius, which is one of the favorite of the two signs.
Remember, people, especially out there in the live, we're just giving you this now. When you call Lloyd Strayhorn, it gets deeper, it gets more intense and more fine-tuned and detailed because he know how to do the name as well. He does the Chaldean system, correct?
Yes, I do it all.
All right.
I do it all.
So I'm letting y'all know we just giving y'all this so y'all could go more in depth and deeper. 820.
820.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That is that made me think of Isaac Hayes. That's his birthday. Love man and stuff like that. If this is a male, it tells me like you born June the 29th. Women are a blessing and a curse for this person too. But if not, if it's a woman, it also tells me her fortunes will come through more with the males than the females. She may have some female friends, but then they'll get, you women call it catty, or whatever y'all phrase it, however y'all do. Okay, get catty with her, and she'll wind up doing better with me.
816.
Angela Bassett's birthday. I love that. That's my girl. Anyway, very strong will, fire sign with the water number.
This one is very interesting. 4th of July, July 4th.
Okay. Anyway, there's a lot of people born on that day, including this nation. But that means she's a person that likes to be different, and that means she's ready to make some major fundamental changes in her life. If it's a she, I don't know why I'm thinking of she.
Yeah, it is a she.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, it is a she. I gave 812. 12/4.
Jay-Z's birthday.
Oh,
We ain't
okay.
got his money. She ain't got his money either. But that's his birthday. And that means that this is her year where she's actually going through a transformational change as it relates to not only her mindset, her relationships, her living environment, and her working space. Anyway, any questions? Y'all want me to read some of your kids or the people y'all don't like? You know? Find out, oh, that's why I don't like them.
1225.
12, that's what you don't like?
I'm dating.
Oh, I was only kidding. Here's the thing you'll share in common. Astrologically, you are an earth sign, and so is he. Okay? Then you are fire sign. Did you say he's the...
I'm 5'9".
I know you do
Yeah,
not.
okay.
What is he?
1225.
Okay, he's a water sign. But 9s and 7s get along very well. Those are the only two numbers found only in 2 in the plane. But he's kind of like the strong, silent type, where you count up in your face, you ain't taking nothing off nobody in this piece. That's how you do. And it's not that you're not feminine, gorgeous, beautiful, a woman, but you ain't no pushover. And he's figured that out too. Okay.
April 26th.
That's your friend?
Yes.
Oh, good. This is good. This still knows me. Very conservative, has headaches, if you notice, and some concerns with his knees, teeth, and bones too. You know what I'm saying? And if he is April 26th, that means for him he's going through a 6 personal year, which is I don't know how long y'all been together, but if you listen close to this conversation, he's ready to make a deeper commitment to the relationship. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. And it started back in October. He's starting now. He's just stepping it up.
Okay.
He had to get his courage up. We men got to get our courage up too, girl.
Okay.
Because we know we're going to be with y'all a minute. Okay? 623.
Alright, cut him off. Let them go purchase the pay-per-view live
That person
stream.
is a water sign with an air number, which means they're very smart. Normally, if you're born in the 6th month, those are the people who normally think like you, who normally feel that they're going to get married early. I don't know if you ever felt that way. I'm going to live with this sister. Y'all may not have called it marriage, but I'm in love with this girl. I have my personal sexual spirits, and I ain't about to go nowhere. Okay? We're going to do this. You know, that's how we do. Now, fast forward 20, 30 years, we're not going to marry women for the same thing. You see, that's why youth and wisdom don't go together. That's what I'm saying. All of us are special, man. We really are. And they got us so busy looking everywhere else except where we're supposed to be looking.
What about 425?
425, earth sign with a water number, very strong will, can be very sarcastic, and if it's a girl or a woman, other women around her will accuse her of being snooty or stuck up. She likes to be her own best company. She'll need a lot of people in her space to be in.
Like a lot of drama too.
Yeah, well, you do have some drama queens and kings out here. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
421, a female. 421.
Well, this is her year because the year in and of itself adds up to a 3. It adds up to 12. If you flip it around, that's 21. But this is her year for new beginnings, new directions, new opportunities, new starts. And even if she's in a relationship, she's going to tell her boo, we need to add some new rules up in this joint.
Leave it right there. August 4th.
I'll answer your question to me.
884.
8-4. For them this year, this is a year that's going to test their health, all depending on how well they kept their health. Relationships, all depending on how well they maintain relationships. Make an adjustment, but they should go back to school. They should improve their health. They should get involved in some kind of weight loss or exercise program this year if they've been out of shape for a minute.
1028.
1028. A personal contradiction. They got to watch, make sure their money's not taken because of misleading information, bad advice, and pushing documents under their nose and just saying sign right here. You said 319? 319. She is a water sign with a fire number. So sometimes that could be bipolar. Give you an example. Wendy Williams is a water sign with a fire number. So if anybody watched Wendy's show, and I've been on her show when she was on WBLS and in Philly and stuff like that, she can be real sassy. And then one moment, she cried the drop of a hat. That's the water influence. See what I'm saying? And she's a Cancer. So water rules emotions and feelings and hunches. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of psychics, and in fact, that's why they refer to Pisces as the psychic sign in numerology. It's a water sign. But then she's a fire number, so that means she brings to the table a lot of passion and energy, and she's, a spitfire in that sense. You can talk that talk, but what you gonna do? You can say, like, yo, boy, I got a jet around the corner. She thinks, well, let's go get in the jet and jet somewhere. Where another person might say, oh, get that nice in you. You know what I'm saying? Pull up a girl, get that nice and say you got a jet. And then you team squat. 4-9. This person think like him. At Great Stakes is ice cream are close to. They normally, and essentially 9 people, 9 men especially, normally drift into areas where uniforms are worn. They do well in law enforcement, the military, construction, or handle tools, machines, or instruments. You ever do any of that? Isn't that amazing? I'm telling you, man, I thought I would retire from this. I'm just getting started. And again, because I'm nosy too, and I know all of you are special, that's why I never read y'all the same way. Y'all can all take all the recordings. I have all your duty. When y'all come to my home, I have you turn on your phone, document everything right then and there. There will be some things similar, but there will be things because we are all similar to a degree. But there'll be nuances that makes you who you are, you who you are, you who you are. Okay, that's why they don't take the same pills. They got 1,000 pills up in this puppy up in here, prescriptions. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed, they got, for TV watchers, and I watch a lot of news because I'm always on radio, and they always talking about your president, this guy here, because he ain't mine. He ain't my president. There ain't no way to be treated. We do not roll like that. Our humanity don't treat people like that. We don't. We don't separate our kids. We just think we don't do. It's not in our DNA, metaphysically as a people. But anyway, he's not going to last another year, about another year. But it's interesting, if you go to YouTube, I did a prediction in July of 2016 where this reporter asked me about the race between Hillary and Donald. And I said, man, Hillary's got this hands down, so the moon's going to be a Scorpio, she's a Scorpio, this, that, and the other. Her running mate, Tim Kaine, he's a number 8 like her in the water sign, and she's a water sign. And then the guy, being a reporter, says, okay, well, what if Donald wins? And I said, if he wins, what it indicates to me is, and you can hear it, that this country has lost its moral compass. That was the first thing that came out of my mouth. And that he went into this presidency under a cloud of lawsuits and scandals. And if that ain't what he's been under, so people, now, here's the thing, when you're right, you're okay. When you're wrong, everybody called me, oh, brother, Hillary didn't win it. Yes, she did. She won 300,000 more votes, or 3 million more votes, okay? But the way the politics and the maneuvering worked, okay? So the bottom line is, she did win in that way, and he cheated. And this is what I tell my kids: when your butt is on an operating table and they're gonna operate on your heart, do you want a doctor that earned his doctorate degree, or you want some doctor who cheated his way through school? I want somebody to know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. And he has been under clouds of lawsuits and scandals, and things are only gonna get worse for him. That's all. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. And his wife, see, his main opposition numbers is the 3 and the 8. Well, his wife Melania is born on an 8. Okay, and I think when he first took his trip, when he became president, she slapped his hand away. I think they cooled that out, but you can see on the hand she just, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I want to thank you very much. Any questions before I wrap this up?
Hold on,
Yes,
let me
sir.
see if the live stream people got questions. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay, good. Yeah, I got a book. I wrote several books. I don't know how many are here. I've been on a lot of TV shows, radio shows. Although I'm unassuming, I'm gonna just say this one time: I'm the best person on the planet. When I found out that Pythagoras was considered the father of some place that he learned is our people's land, I said, I'm gonna be the baddest brother to do this. I claim this. Nobody gets to me with this. Nobody. That's why I've been on these TV shows. You know, we got to know what we talking about when we're on these shows too. You know what I'm saying? We always got to be better than. Now we the best. Seriously. So I'm telling you, before I sign up on this puppy, every single one of you, I don't care when you go back home and you close your door and you think life is shit, you are more special than you imagine. You have no clue. And these are tests, and the Creator will test us. I've been tested with something I thought I was crazy.
You get your
They
card.
make the wrong decision, huh?
You get your card so I can give a picture. Got it. Go ahead.
Okay, so what I'm saying to you is, all of us are, and if you want to, y'all shouldn't come to see me for no reading, because I'm gonna make you feel good about yourself. Really. That's my job, to let you know what makes you who you are, but how to time it. You can't tell me if a person could be in the wrong place at the wrong time. They can't be in the right place at the right time. You can't tell me that. Okay? And then I'll tell you your wrong spot so you don't be in the wrong place at the wrong spot. Then I tell you how to find your soulmate. I'll be all up in your business. It's great. I love this. Anyway, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Always say on everybody. Tabby, could y'all move the table for Tabby in the center where he's at, please? Remember, we have the live stream people. Live stream people, we bringing Tabia back up. After Tabby is done, we're going to go deeper into the ritual. All this takes part in ritual, people. Numbers. Me and Brother Divine going to break all that down for you. The cards, the different systems of the cards. It all takes place.
Can they see me?
No, put her right here, please. Bring her up closer. Bring her up closer. So the live stream people could see her and hear her. Yeah, the table. Bring the table up more so she could do what she do.
I mean, you have to just like bring
All
it
right,
back
good.
down.
No, good. I'll bring it down now.
All right. Hi, live streamers, and thank you for welcoming back to the front. Can everyone hear me? Okay. So I go by many names. I have been on this healing journey officially since 2011, back around a cosmically active time such as this one, where there's a lot going on around the planet. And it prompted a lot of us to heal. So if anybody could take themselves back to 2012, around, like, what were you doing around 2012? What was the energy like? Does anybody remember any transitions? Speak
Making
on it.
babies.
Okay, making babies. Anyone else?
I have to leave New York, like I have to leave New York like this year.
So it's the same. So we're coming out of the cycle, and we're entering into a new one. So where we were is coming to a completion, and it's significant because everybody's like activated, motivated. We're aware that something has to change. So going back to the reading that we did back there, the theme was change. The theme was change and flexibility and staying open to the shifts that happen. So what I did was I saved this as like a two-parter. And on the other side of this deck, this is the gemstone deck, are some of the stones that we can, invoke in ourselves or check out in the display case back there to use in our meditation as we move forward. So feel free to write them down. These stones are going to be guides for you as you continue forward on your journey. But before we go on, I want to piggyback off of what Lloyd Strayhorn was talking about with the energy of Trump and the energy of separation. A little bit about me also. I'm not an author myself, but I have contributed 2 books, and this is one of the books that I've contributed to, Speaking with Spirit. It's a book about prayers and convening with the Most High within. And it's right over there on the bookshelf if you'd like to check it out. It's written by a lovely friend and dear woman of mine, Mia Ya of Raseki Healing Arts Temple. And my favorite thing about this is during that same time period that I was referring to is when I contributed to this work. So I'm looking at like the full circle that has happened, and for many of us, we've come full circle, whether you're making babies and they're telling you what to do now, or hello? Okay. Or you're moving and now you gotta move again, or in my case, I gotta write again. So I'm going to read today because, like I was explaining in the back, and like we were talking about with the contrast and the dualistic reality that it seems that we live in, but we're receiving the notice to heal ourselves and make space for ourselves. We need to remember to heal and pray for the earth and heal globally, because I think I said it to you, when we do work on behalf of others, work gets done on behalf of us. So this is a prayer for global healing. Sacred Mother Earth, as planetary healing takes place, may the shifts be gentle for all. Allow natural beauty to be restored once again, in and for all. As natural resources flourish bountifully, may starvation and lack be healed with abundance. Are we not at an abundance workshop? May an end be put to an advantageous government. So it's like we were feeling the I don't want to curse, but we were feeling the mess that the government's been doing, and we see the effects of it through all these presidencies and all these transitions. May we grow in harmony and respect our fellow human. May human beings unify beyond self-imposed classifying demarcations. So that means I look at you and I'm judging you from judging a book by its cover, saying you're different than me. We are all the same. We all need to open up and heal and flourish together collectively. As lost cities reemerge, may we as sentient beings master the oneness of coexistence. May language be used as a tool and no longer abused. It's important to really think about what you're saying before you're going to say it. It's important to know, am I contributing peace, or am I contributing destruction to any and every environment? It's important to be mindful. The tongue is the most powerful weapon we have. So when we go to this altar and when we find ourselves, and the next exercise I'm going to have us do is a chant, and when we find ourselves speaking words, sound, power, may we see that come as the next cycle and play itself out. May we forgive the stories of long ago, because we are no longer robbed of the present. Sacred Mother Earth, as your poorways open, may those transitioning travel safely to other realms. We are losing elders left and right, like important people, and it's important to just hold those people in light and just wish them safe travels. And as you make shift, may your bodies of water be healed, capturing the frequency of love, because we are all water. So I wish you all love. So going back to the stones, we have orange calcite. So orange calcite is going to be good to hold over your sacral chakra. That's your willpower, where you are cultivating, your ideas and your gifts and your insights. Red jasper as well, that's going to be good to hold over joints or any inflammation you're experiencing. It's also good if you're procrastinating. If you're a procrastinator, you want to start to meditate with red jasper, because procrastination, it leads to stagnation. Stagnation leads to frustration. And so you kind of are in conflict with your own self. And really what you need to do is take a moment and unblock yourself. We have snowflake obsidian. Maybe you have an issue with vulnerability. Maybe you need to open up more. Maybe you're afraid that people will take your kindness and use it for weakness or use it against you. Snowflake obsidian is going to help you through that battle right there, help you to lead more confidently in your steps. We have apatite. Apatite is good for people who are easily frustrated, like you're easily irritated, maybe you're sensitive, and maybe that's really what's going on here, and maybe you're sensitive to people's energies and those around you. And you need to be able to quickly dispel, what you're experiencing. Transference of energy is a real thing. So it was important for us to come together and do that clearing work, clear our hearts, clear heart spaces with movement, so that we could all receive. And we're going to continue to do so. And we're going to use our voices to do that in just a second and transmute any sorts of blocks that are presenting themselves. Next is tabular quartz. This is good for being heard and effective communication. A lot of times arguments ensue because we have misunderstandings. We're just clearly missing points the other is making. It's just a misunderstanding. This one's tabular quartz. So, the energy of today is embracing change, but being clear and being able to be flexible. And last, we have leopard skin jasper. So this is going to be your go-to stone for any changes that you're experiencing, whether it be people around you are moody or funny or changing their tune, or you're changing yours. It reminds you to not only be flexible, but to surrender to the energy that manifests and plays out. Whew. So how's everybody receiving the workshop so far? You feeling good? I like for everybody to kind of sit back in their chairs. We're going to close our eyes. And we're going to take in 3 deep breaths. Inhaling through our nose, expanding our bellies, holding it 3 seconds, and slowly exhaling to a count of 4. And we're going to inhale, and we're going to do that 2 more times. So inhaling, expanding your belly, holding it for 3 seconds, exhaling to a count of 4. Lastly, we're going to inhale, fill our bellies, and exhale. Keeping your eyes closed, we are going to do another guided meditation. And in this meditation, I'd like for you to remember the moon that you glimpsed today on your travel here. And for those on the live stream, if you can physically see the moon out of your window, just take a glimpse and keep it in your mind's eye. And I'd like for you to begin to receive the energy of this blood moon, this red blood moon. Again, feeling peace wash over you. Opening your heart spaces. Releasing all of the tension from last year, any remnant tension from this year. And I'd like for you to begin to muster up the word Ankh, A-N-K-H. You are going to take a deep inhale And on the exhale, you are going to chant the word Ankh. Ankh is life. Ankh is saying, I give life to what I came here to manifest in this moon ritual. So you all here with me, the word is Ankh, and we're going to hold it for at least 10 seconds. So inhale, exhale, Ankh. Okay. Inhale again. Exhale on. Let's give life to those manifestations. Give life to the businesses around us. Give life to our creations that we're about to move forward with. Give life to our family and healing our units. Give life to this earth and this world around us. And the last inhale, we're going to make this on count. Really go for it. Really project. Slowly open your eyes. That was called traveling. We traveled somewhere, and we're back here now. Whew. Feeling that peace wash over us, feeling that clarity, remembering the work that we are going to do moving forward, being grateful to be here and present in this space for the abundance that you've already been afforded to be here. Being gentle with yourself, giving yourself credit and acknowledgement, and mostly, again, receiving what you came here for. So, Brother Divine and Joel, how are we looking? Are you all ready?
Yeah, we're gonna go to
questions,
the.
though.
They got questions for you.
Who has a question?
Live stream people.
Shoot.
I see everybody in the audience.
What was the question with the crystal that they wanted to know?
Real quick, where would we for
We have orange calcite. We have red jasper, snowflake obsidian, apatite, tabular quartz, and leopard skin jasper. One more time. So the tabular quartz is good for being heard when you speak. So maybe you're experiencing blockages around just communication in general. Tabular quartz is going to help you to bring that same power that you just brought with the chant to your interpersonal relationship, because it's nothing but a thing to just go within and find the answer that you need. And sometimes we need to be reminded. And a lot of us, we're not chanting, we're not using our voices effectively. In fact, we're screaming at our children, or we just get quiet and go within and we're aloof, or we cursing, and just we're not using our power in the right way. So it's just important to remember who we are and to think before we emit frequencies. When you walked in here, we were listening to healing tones to automatically set the environment, to shed the damaging frequencies that we travel around with daily. So these crystals that are just ever abundant on this earth are just reminders for us to bring it up, raise it up. Do not allow people to take you too far off your course. Anyone else?
Snowflake obsidian.
I can't hear you.
Snowflake obsidian.
Okay, so snowflake obsidian is for the fear around the times that we're in. If you're having difficulties being around certain people, who you might be saying, you know, I gotta get away from them. Like they're holding me back, or, you know, man, this world is hard. Like, say you're repeating those thoughts to yourself. That's an affirmation, and your body is listening to you. So it helps you to be able to discern, this is what is true, but that's not what's true for me. And it helps you to see the contrast. The contrast is, while that may be true for what's going on, you're here, you're healing, you're doing your work, you have whatever power you need. You're not affected by government shutdown, all these fear things that are just fed to us daily. You're doing the work to cleanse and fast from that. You're turning off your TV. You're giving more time to your altar. And you're going to learn so much when they come up here and unlock, you know, this ability further in you. It's vital. It's vital. So, any other questions? So again, that was for major change, and just reminding you to be flexible. Be flexible through the times. Again, this is the end of a cycle and the beginning of another one. So, you know, you're going to experience transition, and transition is going to be your best friend. And the best way to be adaptable through that is by moving your body, by being flexible, you know, getting your back massage. I am a massage. We'll talk about that later. And just making sure that you're adapting to the wave. Anyone else? I do. This is she opened a Reiki school, and so this is who I got my certification through, and it was 2013. Something just told me, go to North Carolina. So I'm like, okay, you know, that's listening, being clear. And from that, I got my Comedic Reiki certification, and I incorporate it into my massage practice because I understand that we have power coming from our hands. But the best way I could show you that is if everyone could just put their books down. Let me find a way. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Just speak a little bit louder for a lot of people.
Okay. So everyone rub your hands together. So you start to feel the heat being generated through our hands. Now, slowly and steadily, start to slow down the rubbing until you feel the tingling. Are we feeling the tingling?
Yeah.
Now, slowly begin to separate your palms, keeping them face to face. And gently, ever so gently, as if you're pressing an accordion. There's a ball of energy between your hands. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
This is the power that comes from us daily, that we have lost the sight and the feel for. This is your power. This is your sacred power. This is your power to heal yourself. This is your power to touch anything and turn it to gold. So I want you to take those same palms now, cross your heart, and grab your neck. And start to massage the muscles of your neck. And work that out. A lot of the times we carry financial burden right here in these muscles. Whether it be burden from the bills, burden from the commitment, burden from the responsibilities. We store all of that right here. So I want you to squeeze these neck muscles and let all that tension know you got some new eyes, and you're going to be working out these muscles on the regular. In the shower, before you go to sleep, when you wake up, you are going to be looking out for yourself in this manner. Now work your arms down, your hands down your arms, continuing to give your arms a squeeze, keeping that blood circulating. Do some hand stretches. Alternate. And stretch our left arm across our chest and use our right arm to hold it close to our body so that we're opening up our back. And we're going to do a little spinal twist to the right side, keeping our bottom firmly planted in our seat. Inhaling, filling our belly with air and space. Exhale and release. Come back to center. And do the same thing on the opposite side. Grabbing our opposite side arm, bringing it across our chest. Doing the spinal twist. Coming back forward and releasing. We have to remember our abilities. We have to not be afraid of energy and words like alter and just things that we've been indoctrinated to believe are not for us when they are ever present and here for us. So without further ado, I would like to hand the floor over to Brother Divine and Brother Joel, who are going to make not only an impact, but the ancestors are going to be very happy.
Hope you like it.
So
Let's
give
give
it up.
Tabby a round of applause. All right, people, we're going to take a 10-minute break. Some of y'all might want to get a quick card, shuffle, set up your appointments. Give out your information, please.
Oh, yes. On Instagram at Developing Organically. That's my podcast. And I can be reached at 917-566-8154. And if you text Alter Workshop, I'll give you 10% off whatever service you need from me. I do massage. I do Reiki. I help people set up their podcast. I help people. 8154.
Give out the number one more time and louder for the live stream people.
917-566-8154. For a massage, for Reiki, for event hosting, for just spiritual conversations, oracle card readings, whatever you need, one-stop shop. And if I can't do it, I definitely know somebody who can. So, thank you.
Forgive me, say your name again.
Tabia. Oh, my podcast, Developing Organically. Like developing, DEVELOPING. And then organically.
Developing
Organically. ORGANICALLY. And my name is Tabia.
TABIA.
Yes, or Empress Tabia. You can pick up the book and check me.
So
Got a couple
we
of.
have Developing Organically.
That's the podcast, and that streams from Spotify, iTunes. So check it out. This brother will be on it soon, and this won't be the last time you see my face. So give thanks.
Can I see what the website is?
The website, Developing Organically, it streams from Spotify.com.
We're going to let them know we're going to type it in the chat.
Yes, and it'll be in the chat as well.
For the chat. People, live stream people as well. We're going to do a quick 10-minute break. Because me and Brother Divine is about to go in with the slide. We're looking to zoom through these slides because we want to get into the real stuff, the hocus pocus stuff. All right? Don't look scared. Damn, I said that. Y'all looking all nervous that I said that. What y'all think y'all came here for? You think me and Brother Divine looking to play games? Like, live stream people, I wish you could have seen their faces when I said that. It's real. We coming, yes. We're going to do it for real. This is the blood moon. We got the chicken in the back.
Stop.
The goat. Y'all really got So we're going to go to a 10-minute break, 10-15-minute break. See, I'll get up, walk around, do what y'all got to do. If y'all got to get whatever, set up appointments with Tabby or whatever the case is.
I'm going to pull my table over to the back.
Where was this at the beginning? Could have used it.
That's like
Does anyone else have a talent?
yeah.
Yes.
You got it. What's your talent, sis?
Dance, teach, choreography.
Oh yes, yes. Can Afro beats? What's your? She like.
African modern. Well, that's one of my babies right there.
Hi, babies. Don't hide. She needs you. So, actually, if I set you up with the music, could you help them to?
I can't. I just had no. I just had knee surgery.
Okay, so she's gonna be doing that, helping you loosen up your hips and stuff. I'm gonna be over here, and Brother Joanne Divine will be with you shortly.
Really?
Y'all want some more tea? Get some more tea. Y'all ain't gotta just sit down.
They don't want that.
Get up and move.
Introduce
Y'all
yourselves to
be all
each
right.
other.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah, it is.